Hello all, this is gonna be a tutorial to be able to understand the AP machine. Most of the stuff is gonna be actually more from computers than from specific to Creativerse. So we're gonna start with binary numbers because it's like the most basic thing to understand, especially to understand the coders and how the memory is gonna work. Right now I just have the memory down and I wanna do some type of guide first before it gets more complicated. Before going into actually binary, I'm gonna start with doing some decimal numbers. Some things that are pretty obvious, but it's just things that most people just don't give it too much thought because we use decimals all day, every day. So, but the same properties are gonna apply to binaries and actually to any base, because the decimal is just a way to describing numbers using base 10, because you have 0 and all the way 1 to 9. Binary uses 0 and 1, so it's base 2. But you could have a base 4, which is 0, 1, 2, 3. Or you could use a base 16, which is hexadecimal, that we use a lot to describe binary. But I'm just going to focus right now on decimal first, and then I'm going to go to binary. So let's get started. The first thing I want you to understand, or to the first thing I want you to know is that if you see here, you have 5, 6, and 4. But this 5, 6, and 4, even if I do something like this, and I put, let's say here, 5, 5, and this 5 right here doesn't mean the same as this 5 right here. Even if it's the same digit, all 3 5s mean different things. This one means 5, this one means 50, and this one means 500. So this makes 500 plus 50 plus 5, which is 555. The same way on binary, all the ones are gonna mean different things. Formally, this is 10 to the 0, which is 1, times whatever digit you have. So 1 times 5 is 5. Then this is gonna be 10 to the 1, which is 10, and 10 times 5 is gonna be 50, and this is 10 to the 2, which is 100, times 5 is 500. So if you put another one, of course it's gonna be 10 to the 3, which is 1,000. But you get the idea. Each digit is actually the 10 to the number of digits starting from 0 times whatever digit you have. In binary, we're just gonna have zeros and 1, which is gonna be different. But even if you have, let's say, base 4 and you end up with 3, it's gonna be 3 to the 0 times whatever number you have here, 3 to the 1 times whatever number you have here. It really just, we're used to do it on base 10, but it really is applicable to any base that you use. In our case, we're gonna use binary, but you just get this so you understand. Now the other thing I want you to know, or just to keep fresh, if you're here on 9, the next number after 9 is gonna be 10, which is gonna be 1 0. After you reach 9, which is the biggest digit, to be able to increase the number, you have to increase and get a new digit. So the next number after 9 is gonna be 1 0. The same way after you're here on 1 9, which is 19, to increase it you have to make this 0 and put this one too. Hey, let me close this one. Similarly, if you are already on 99, to increase 1 here, you have to make this to 0 and increase 1 on the other, which is 100. Cool. These are just pretty basic, but this just really so we can be clear for binary. On binary, you're just gonna have zeros and 1. So let's say you start with 0. If you want to increase to 1, just put the 1 here. Actually, let me change this. 2 to the 0, which is 1. 2 to the 1, which is 2. And 2 to the 2, which is 4. Cool. So this is gonna be 1. If you want to increase 1 over this one, you're gonna have to make this 0 and make this one 1. And this one is 2. You want to increase 1, you make it here. But after this point, when you are on the maximum of 2, to be able to increase it, you have to make this 2 0 and increase 1 on this side, the same way that we did with 99. So this is 3. If we want to increase 1, we're gonna have to make this. So this right here is gonna be 4. Similarly, if you are here, you're gonna be, this is 5, then this is 6, this is 7, and if you want to increase something else, you're gonna have to make another digit, and then this will be 8. Okay, now the next thing is this, similar as in decimal. This is gonna be whatever you have here times 2 to the 0 or times 2 to the 1 times 2 to the 2 added together. In the case of binary, it's very simple because you have 1. Because let's say you have this one here and this one right here. This is gonna be 2 to the 2, which is 4 times 1. So let's just say 4 plus 0 plus 1. So this will be 5. If you, let me just get 2 new ones. And let's label this 2 to the 3. It's gonna be 8. Okay, so if we just do this one, and let's say we put this one right here, this is gonna be 8 plus 4 plus 0 plus 1. So that's 12 and 13. If we do something like this, it's gonna be 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 0, which is gonna be 14. And this is of course 15, which is the maximum you can place with 4 different digits. When you have decimals, the maximum you can put with 3 digits is 999, but the maximum amount of combinations that you can do with 3 digits is actually 1000, which is 0 and 1 to 999. The same way with 2 you can do just 100, and with 1 you can do 10. It's always the maximum amount of combinations you can do is always, if you have 1, it's gonna be the base times 1. So if you just have on binary, if you just have 1 digit, it's gonna be 2 to the 1. You have 2, it's gonna be 2 to the 2. 3 is 2 to the 3. And that is similar to decimal. You have 1, you can do 10 different digits. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The same with 2, you can do 99, starting from 0 to 99. So here with 4 digits on binary, you can do 2 to the 4, which is 16. So actually this number right here is going to be 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1, which is 15, and 0, which is 16. This is easy to see because you can have 2 different combinations here, either 0 or 1. And then let's take this out. And then you can have 0 or 1, or you can have 0 or 1. So this is 2, and then times 2 times 2 times 2. The other thing I want to cover with this is that we usually on decimal, on binary, we're not going to be using 2 different, 1 for 0, 1 for 1. We're going to be using the same one, and then if it's, let's take this out. If it's on, it means that it's a 1. If it's off, it means that it's a 0. So if we have something like this, this is going to be 1, so it's 8 plus 1 times 4, so 12 plus 0 plus 1. So this is going to be 13 right here. If I take this out, this is going to be 8 plus 4, which is going to be 12. The same way if I put this here, it's going to be 8 plus 1, which is 9. And yes, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to cover it really quickly, and then we're going to move to the coders on the next video. And we're going to be using this idea of the binary numbers to select on the decoder. If you have any questions, let me know. And that's it. Thanks.